Wait, I work with Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie? What? Hi, I'm Asa Gonzalez, and I'm getting up close with Cosmo. Oh, yes. I prepared for a very long time. I mean, very long time for film, for it to be, as legitimately close as possible to being an EMT. I had an incredible female EMT on set called Danny, who was step by step advising us in every single detail. I also prepared for 3 months prior to that on a daily basis, was just educating myself from the lingo, all the language, how they would say, what's the difference between an EMT and nurse, what separates them from that, what's the way that they would say certain technical words in order to make them more efficient, learning how to do a surgery, learning how to use an IV quickly, how to set a bag quickly, how to carry a human being quickly. And then just getting into the nuances of being an EMT. And it was really cool. It was a different experience and definitely a very emotional roller coaster of learning. Wait, I work with Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie? What? Yes, I love them. They're so wonderful, It's so interesting because in the movie, I have to have less, obviously, chemistry with Jake's character, but I work more intimately for a big chunk of the movie with Jake, and I have to be way more connected with Will, but I didn't get to spend much time with Yahya because he's in the front of the ambulance, so you're sort of thrown into a loop when you're in situations like that with actors because you gotta sort of, create that chemistry on the moment that you're filming, and it was just a testament of how great actors they are because, when you work with other actors that are as, dedicated as you are and really want to get better at what they do, you just push yourself to a level that it's like you got to step up. Yeah, it's really interesting. Jake is just the sweetest human being ever, but I definitely could see, and I don't think he voluntarily did it, but I could see that there was a turn on the days that he had to do really mean scenes with me. He was a bit distant from me offset, and that makes sense, and vice versa. You're preparing your role, you're sort of in your zone, and it's, you're feeling something, and it's hard to disconnect that when you're offset. Even if you're not thinking of it, you're really conveying emotion that has to sort of pierce through screen. So, but ultimately we were all so friendly and really nice to each other. You have to think we're spending all these days inside an ambulance 24/7. I mean, no one can fart. You hear it. You hear it everywhere. No pin can be dropped. So you really get to bond with your co-stars, you know what I mean? I think what immediately attracted me to this role was the power that Cam had on the paper. She just was a genuine woman with a ton of complexity. She's really good at what she does and just really a badass, but then just really disconnected from reality and just lost and sort of kind of unlikable. And eventually she becomes like this phoenix coming out of the ashes. So I think the level of complexity that the role had was just so enticing as an actor. Oh my God, that's such a big question, I have so many dreams. I think more than a big role or a big actor, I really want to direct. That's kind of my big dream job, and I'm really working towards it. But it's hard, I feel like I've done so little, and I have so much that I still want to do. Really find it incredibly challenging when you're embodying a real person. I really want to do a biopic, and I've been searching for that type of role lately, and really I'm feeling confident of pushing myself to bigger and harder challenges. So that would be exciting. I also want to do a romantic comedy. I love comedy. People don't think about me for comedy, and so I'm in search of something fun. I feel like we're all in the world that we want to have fun and laugh and enjoy ourselves. Oh, Cher's amazing. I mean, that could be incredible. It's so hard, because there's so many iconic characters that I look up to. But I feel like it'd be very powerful, and I really want to do Latin women that have not been portrayed on screen yet, that I've been so timely and have really opened and made a watershed moment for women like me. So I'm in an active search of finding those roles and bringing them to life. Well, my style secret is my stylist, Elizabeth Saltzman. She's a weapon. I mean, if you do any research on her, she's just a tough cookie. She's been in the fashion world for so long and just the most lovely human being. She's my mama. And so I am so lucky that I get to collaborate with her. It's really important to work with people that inspire you and understand who you are and you see you and don't project onto you. And I like to be multifaceted and just change my style and be, now I'm bleach blonde and tomorrow I'm brunette and changing a look consistently. And that's part of the beauty of being an actress, is just transforming. And I always feel differently. And she really jumps quickly into my ever evolving door of emotions and styles. So I like to play with fashion. Music is such like a hard place for me because it's my first love. Music was the first thing I ever wanted to do, and I was first a singer. I started singing when I was 7 years old, and musical theater was my biggest dream. So it's really tough. I have like a love-hate relationship with music, failed projects, and or things that I wanted to do and ended up not doing, and so it's like I rekindle the love and then I'm like, "Mwah, mwah, mwah." So who knows? But once I get to do it, it reminds me how much I am in love with music. So yes, I definitely want to do a musical. And I don't know if I would ever want to be a pop star again. I would leave it for the professionals. There's people that are born to be on a stage. I was terrified every time I got on a stage. I was like, when is this gonna end? So, but I definitely love and just my favorite thing to do is sing. Best celebrity or strange? I mean, there's so many that every day I get like starstruck. Yeah, I think that it was really shocking when I met Julianne Moore for the first time, and she just immediately was like, I loved you and I care a lot. I was like, you know that I exist. I am so shocked right now. How do you know that I have ever talked? Julianne Moore to me is like just such an icon. And that was quite shocking. I think definitely my biggest shocking moment was when I presented at the Oscars in 2018. Just being on that stage and you're standing in front of all these actors and directors that you just like have defined you as a human being, and it was just terrifying, but also so incredibly inspiring and made me feel like, yeah, I got this. I can continue to do this. I'm so excited. I'm currently living here in London. I've been filming a show called The Three Body Problem with the incredible David Benioff and Dan Weiss, who, and Alexander Wu, who respectively did True Blood and Game of Thrones. And basically we've been filming here for 10 months. We will be filming here for 10 months, and I'm just enjoying every minute of London. And yeah, I have a couple of projects coming out. I'm producing this movie about this incredible woman called Maria Felix in Mexico, who is basically our biggest diva, and just bringing her life to the big screen is something that excites me deeply. What would be shocking for fans? I think that I read everything you write. That's pretty shocking. Be careful. I have eyes everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to catch Ambulance in cinemas now. Go see it.